Hi, this is Eric Lofholm, and I want to welcome all of you to my weekly video blog. Today is episode 3, and it is great to be with you here today. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube community. And the format of my video blog, 3 things that we're going to cover today. I'm going to teach you some golden nuggets. Number 1, some content. Number 2, talk about what's happening in the Eric Lofholm community this next week and moving forward. And number 3, ask for some support from you if you'd be willing to help me out. And so today we're going to talk about sales systems and growing your business using systems. And I want to start off and tell you a story about how I got introduced to systems. I went into sales in 1992 to go work for a very successful real estate investor named Dante Pirano. Dante was then and still is a multi-millionaire real estate investor. And when I went to work for Dante, I quit my job at McDonald's and dropped out of college to go work for him. And I wasn't there to sell. I was there to learn from Dante. And they said, if you want to learn from him, you need to work for him. And if you're going to work for him, then you need to do sales. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do sales. I would have been his chauffeur. I would have worked in the mailroom. They asked me to do sales, so I'm like, no problem. And I had never been trained in sales before. I didn't know anything about sales systems. And I was the bottom producer for an entire year. If you've ever struggled in sales before, or if you're struggling right now, I want you to know that I understand, because that's where I was at. And one of the most important things I ever learned was how to apply sales systems to grow my results. So I'm on quota probation at the end of my first year. I've got to hit 10,000 in gross sales to keep my job. And I'm introduced to Dr. Donald Moyne and his ideas. Dr. Moyne is the world's greatest sales mind. And if you search my YouTube channel, you can find some videos of some webinars that Dr. Moyne has done in the past, as well as a show that we did for a period of time called The Influence Show. And you can find that on the YouTube channel under the lives, the YouTube lives. So Dr. Moyne wrote his PhD dissertation on what separates sales superstars from average salespeople. He literally cracked the code on how to duplicate sales excellence. And one of the things that he found was sales superstars use sales systems, especially around their language. Dr. Moyne calls that sales scripting. So I'm about to be fired from my job, and I'm introduced to Dr. Moyne, and I lean in to really learn from his ideas. I apply them, I hit the quota, I do 10,500 in gross sales, and the next month I do 51,000. It went from worst to first in 60 days, and I've never looked back. I've gone on to do millions and millions of dollars in sales. And what I learned from that experience is that selling is a learned skill. So the primary idea that I learned from Dr. Moyne was to apply sales systems. So what is a system? It's something that you can do. It's duplicatable. It's repeatable. Human beings respond in predictable ways. So you can overcome objections using patterns, which is a form of a system. You can use closing techniques as a system. You can generate leads. You can do social media. This video blog is a system. What's the system? It's a once-a-week blog. It's 15 minutes or less. It's 3 format concepts, share some golden nuggets, tell you what's going on in the community, ask for support. We do it every Friday. So that's the system. So what I want you to consider is to apply sales systems to solving your sales problems. So if you don't have enough leads, I would say you have a lead generation systems problem. If your calendar is not filled with appointments, you have an appointment setting systems problem. If you're not closing at the level that you should be, you've got a closing systems problem. My first main book that I wrote is called The System. You can get on Amazon in Kindle, Audible, or paperback. You might have an Audible credit. Go use it on my book, The System. So I want to share with you my new Instagram system, because you can use systems for social media. So I had a virtual assistant contact me, And she asked if I needed any work done. And I said, well, what can you do? She says, well, I can do social media. I said, okay. Do you know Instagram? She goes, yeah, I know Instagram. So my Instagram had pretty much been dormant. So we talked and I said, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to do a daily post for me. So the system that she's helping me with is either she or I, we do a daily post, likes for likes. So if you like my post, we're going to like it back, and follow for follow. So if you're on IG, follow me, I'll follow you back. All right. So that's an agreement. If you're interested in that, go find my Instagram. I think it's eric.lofholm. That's my handle on Instagram. I'm the only Eric Lofholm on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, we can do that. We can work together on Instagram. So you can use systems for social media. Now I'm gaining momentum on my social media. Simple formula: post a day, likes for likes, follow for follow. So I own a home. Well, the bank does. I'm in a 30-year mortgage, like many mortgages are. And here's my system to own my home free and clear. I make the payment every month. I send a little bit of extra money to principal in the months that I'm able to. I'm never going to refi my house. I have life insurance in the event that I die before the mortgage is complete. My life insurance will come in and pay it off, so my wife or children will have a free and clear home. So that's the system. Simple. I just explained it to you in under a minute. And many of you watching could follow that simple system. Unless you're in a home and you're got a 30-year mortgage and you're older and you don't think you're going to live that long and you can't get the life insurance. But you could teach this to your kids or your grandkids. And you could have multiple members of your family owning free and clear homes. But you know what a lot of people do? They sell the home, which is fine, and so they never get to the 30-year mark. Or, because I'm never planning on selling my house. Or they refinance, which starts the 30-year mortgage or 15-year mortgage all over again. Or they just never have a vision to own their home free and clear, or they don't have a system. So I just explained to you in less than a minute how you can own your home free and clear. Selling is a system, selling is a system, selling is a system. You can have follow-up systems, closing systems, time management systems, social media systems, CRM systems, lead generation systems. So that's the content portion of the video blog. Now, what's happening in the Eric Lofholm community? Well, tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'm doing a 90-minute training on how to grow your business using sales systems. So if you want to do that training, you can do it live or the recording, and you can register. And here's the system to register. Go to ericlofholmcalendar.com, ericlofholmcalendar.com. And when you go there, look for May 11th, which is tomorrow, click on the date, and you can register for the class and watch it live or the recording. Next Tuesday, I'm doing a class for sales managers, 7 ways to motivate your sales team. And you can also register for that at ericlofholmcalendar.com. Also, I have my mid-year planning class coming up, and that's in June. It's a class to reset those goals and create a plan for the second half of the year, and that's next month. And you can register for that at planningclass.com, planningclass.com. All those classes are open to the public. Feel free to share those classes with others. Lastly, some help that I could use. So one of the things that I love doing is doing training for sales teams. And I do free training and I do paid training. And the free training is if somebody wants me to be a guest speaker at their weekly sales meeting or their monthly sales meeting or a special meeting, I will do one on the house. So if you're on a sales team, if you know about a sales team, let them know this gentleman named Eric Lofholm has been teaching sales for 25 years. And he'll do a Zoom for your sales team at one of your upcoming sales meetings for free. So if you could let them know and they can contact me, or if you could let me know and I'll contact them, or do a 3-way introduction. And you can do that on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or my email. My email address is eric@ericlofholm.com. So that would be a great help for me. So to summarize, we talked about systems. For training, we've got a systems training tomorrow. We've got a 7 ways to motivate your sales team training next week, and then our mid-year planning class coming up in June. The help that I'm requesting is if you can make an introduction for me to be a guest speaker in a sales team, I'd sure appreciate it. If you enjoyed the blog, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'm looking to get 1 million subscribers. And if you subscribe right now, if you haven't, I'll be one more closer, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching the blog and for having an interest in my YouTube channel. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.